The title made it sound like something so happy, like he was like Ned Flanders, all like, hi diddly-o neighbour and all that. But he was not hi diddly-o neighbour and all that. Hello Neighbour is a much beloved game that went through 101 builds before the game was finalised and had failed Kickstarters along the way, and yet somehow made it to where it is today. Why am I rhyming? If you don't know, Hello Neighbour is a crazy-ass puzzle game where you play as a child who is suspicious of his neighbour and the potential prisoners he may definitely have in his basement, yeah. Right, so how do you use things? My mom's gonna be so annoyed at me! I want to make it clear though, this isn't like Rear Window. It's kind of like, it's almost like the opposite of Rear Window. Because by the end, you'll be in a wheelchair. Because you'll just be so exhausted from trying to walk around with these massive testicles you'll feel you have on you after completing all those puzzles, after solving all those, yeah. You feel pretty big brain, big ball by the end of that. And that's because it is just, it's so unapologetically unexplanatory. You know, the game doesn't bother telling you anything, it just kind of leaves it up to you to figure out exactly how and what you're capable of doing in this world. And spoiler alert, if you think you could probably do this thing, then you can probably do this thing, yeah. It's a game based on your own imagination. Well, not really, because it's quite strict what you have to do in some ways. But there are different ways around it sometimes. Okay, right. Saying that you're gonna speed run through this game the first time you play it is kind of like saying, I didn't feel comfortable leaving him with my kids at first, but then I saw his mustache, you know? It just doesn't happen. It's just so ridiculous that you could never say such a thing, okay? Of all the terrifying skills the neighbour has, though, the most astonishing is his talent for getting building permits. Yeah, to do whatever the Chucky wants. Because you break into his house, okay? Then you break out again. And then just for a change, you break in again. But this time it is a massive castle of epic proportions with a rail track just weaving in and out of it, and you just look at it at the beginning of Act 3 and you just go, eh? You just have to see it to believe it, really. Of course, at the end, after that, it devolves into giantess porn or something. You do just have to see it to believe it. Anyway, here is my 1 minute review for Hello Neighbour. I feel both like it's sort of genius in the way that it totally doesn't explain itself. And it just makes a lot of things abstract and leaves it up to you to figure out what is possible. But, on the other hand, you know, if you go in blind, like I did, I'd never watched anyone else play this before I went in and played it. You're just going to get completely lost at first, and you know, it's so confusing because in any other game the idea that you have to climb this random thing at the side of the house and then stack boxes on top of it so you can jump onto the roof and then go into this second floor window on the other side of the roof to begin doing the actual thing you need to, that just wouldn't, you know, it's so totally out of the realm of what would be possible that you're meant to do in another game that you just don't even think about it. So it's a trial by fire to begin the game, but then I really did enjoy it. I really did enjoy it after I kind of understood that part and got that part. Then I was kind of like, right, now I think I see what it's like, you know? Anyway, I'm giving Hello Neighbour 79 out of 100. I don't think it's a real masterpiece that I'd consider having like a huge amount of replayability, really. But I really came to enjoy my series that I played over on Culture Shock Gaming. And you can check that out if you fancy. Besides that, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Let me know what games you want to see get a 1 minute review next, because we've still only done like 5 or 6, and there are probably 5 or 6 million games out there by now, so yeah, subscribe.